IM8 it's under the Pernetics parent company, and they have four different meta ad accounts. And on those meta ad accounts, they're able to run simultaneously different ad angles, targeting different audiences. And what that allows them to do is it allows them to basically have different learning cycles on each ad account. And so it allows them to test things without like, I guess having like a fatigue on audiences as they scale up, because those audiences and the ad angles and things like that is basically isolated or contained into these separate accounts. And so it actually helps them as they scale. They can test all kinds of angles and variations without, Meta getting confused on who the target customer is. So for example, on one account, they could be targeting skeptics and maybe people who care about collagen, right? While another ad account, they can test no BS science would be more for skeptics, but they could target a totally different, audience, maybe seniors or something like that, and not have, Meta get confused on who the target customer is. It allows them to like target different international markets as well. They have 6 main angles that we came across. There was the feel again angle, which is, it targets people who have the use case around, I used to feel better than this. Their audience, I think, is somewhere between 35 and 60. And they're selling energy, vitality, the feeling of being younger. There's another ad angle around the skeptics and no BS, or if you scroll in, you're looking at GLP-1. So GLP-1 is an audience and an ad angle that they're focused on here. So you can see the copy that and creative that they're using in order to target this audience. GLP-1 products, and the term is very apparent in the actual copy and imagery.
I want to highlight here, but there does seem to be, these are more like static ads. Like they're not like video ads.
Absolutely. I mean, they have a ton of video ads as well, but like you're saying, you can scale up these ad angles, these static ad angles, way faster. They have similar videos that are targeting these audiences and around these angles. But, in terms of static ads, the ratio is really high.
These definitely look AI like generated, or at least like influenced, right?
Yeah. So you can see even within these ads, they're very different in terms of imagery, but even the messaging here. So for example, you've got your GLP-1, every nutrient your GLP-1 depletes, zero nausea triggers, right? So this is about the feeling that you get after taking GLP-1 and how this product helps with that. The next ad angle has different creative, but highlights a similar message, which is IM8 has eliminated my GLP-1 side effects. I'm hooked. But then beyond that, you'll see that this one here is about losing weight is the goal. Losing muscle is the hidden cost from their product, helps reduce that.
Interesting. It's interesting how GLP-1 has like created an entire like sub market for supplements.
Yeah. You see they're talking about muscle loss, hair thinning.
And then they kind of go through it, protect your muscle mass, stop hair loss, Dr. Dennis things, maintain energy, restore gut health. Okay. And then, let's look at this offer section here. So limited offer, they've got their hero. Start protecting your results today. That's super interesting. Product imagery on the left here with the little carousel. And then, their hero has got the reviews at the top, as well as the number of purchases and servings. So just throwing bigger numbers out there. 21 million servings so far. So they have a flavor picker, right? And then they have a subscription picker. So by default, the 90-day quarterly subscription is selected, where they break down, the cost per month and the cost per serving. So cost per month is $78 a month, as opposed to $112. Which is $2.61 per serving. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're being billed, every 90 days. So it's $235 that they're collecting up front versus $89 if you were to buy the 30-day supply.
So this also includes some bonuses if you get the quarterly. So the 30-day supply is $89, but the quarterly one, the monthly supply is $89. The quarterly one is $235, but it includes the welcome kit, which is a $28 bonus, a mystery gift. Who knows what that is? It has a 90-day money back guarantee. And it gives you access to the 90-day IM8 transformation program, which seems to be some kind of digital product, right?
It's like a training program where they have live Q&A with different experts, and they add to the program over time. But it's smart because they're positioning it as a 90-day transformation. So they're getting you to commit to, a process that requires at least 90 days over taking something for 30 days. And now knowing that if you subscribe to the 30-day option, if you cancel, chances of you getting the results you want are a lot lower. But if you commit to the 90 days, yeah, exactly. You're going to get all the support. You get the welcome kit, the mystery gift, all that, plus the savings.
Right here under both of those subscription options, there's this tiny little link for a one-time purchase for 112. So that's where that 112 came from, that they're using to slash out for the pricing frame of reference. I guarantee you single-digit percentage people do that.
So this is a trend we keep seeing within the subscription, like the subscription category of brands, is that they're all defaulting to subscription versus selling like one-time purchases.
What does that mean? That means that their customer acquisition costs probably exceed 1 month's supply. At least they want to be able to afford to pay more than that $89 per customer.
Right. And if you have the approval to rebill a customer over and over and over again, it's much easier to keep an existing customer and retain them and give them access to transformation programs and things like that in order to have them stick than it is to have a customer buy once and then you've got to sell them again on buying again.
They have like a tab type system below the call to action that shows you how to enjoy it. So they just show you how it works. Putting the scoop in, adding 8 to 12 ounces of water, stirring it, and then you could also switch to the tab to ingredients in their program. They also have some more FAQs like what's inside, third-party testing notes, and so on. And then down below, just more social proof, lots of UGC, lots of stuff from, I'm sure they're paid like influencers. And then their Trustpilot review widget.
The annual savings.
Oh, nice. So they position it as like you're saving $2,500 a year versus buying 16 different supplements. And it all comes down to a $78 per month Ultimate Essentials Pro subscription. Then the FAQ, again, more FAQs for the people that like to poke around.
You'll see the ad angle they're taking for seniors and just the ad creative around that. I think this is also for their longevity product. So they have a second product, which is more focused on longevity. And they're taking the same approach with that product. They target certain audiences with certain ad creative and ad angles, and then make sure they have message match across the landing pages that they drive people to.
Want all the templates from this funnel? Go to Commerflow.com and get the funnel swipe file for free, where our team is collecting the top funnel designs we see driving today's fastest growing brands.
Now, if you scroll over to the right, they're actually using a quiz funnel, and a lot more of their ads are starting to drive to this quiz funnel. I think we came across 90 or so ads that are driving to the quiz funnel. And look at the ad creative. It obviously is promoting the quiz, but you can kind of see how they're working the quiz right into the ad creative.
I've actually haven't seen that. Like making the ad creative look like the options. Like there's literally A, B, C here, and like you just are ready to like click that, and that takes you right to the quiz. It's smart.
Yeah, and one of the angles here that they're using is: are you taking a handful of supplements but still not noticing a real difference? And so that's one of the major angles that they're using to drive people into this quiz. So if you scroll down, you'll see how the quiz flow works.
Okay. Here's something most people don't realize. More than half of the world doesn't get enough of at least 5 critical micronutrients. 60-second assessment identifies which gaps apply to you and what to do about them. Let's find out. So let's click through. All right. This quiz UI design is really good. It's simple. They're not doing weird fancy stuff. Reminds me a lot of the UI that Hemp had for their quiz funnel.
Yeah, it's really clean.
Very similar. So look at this progress bar. So they've got a progress bar for the about you, and then the progress bar for lifestyle, and then your health.
So I like that. You know why? Because instead of having a quiz that might show 20 questions and it telling you you're on step 1 or step 3 of 22, breaking up those questions into different segments or sections that allow you to get a sense of completion sooner. You also feel more committed to giving more information around those different subjects, like your lifestyle or your health. You feel like you're making progress towards something.
I really like how in their survey options here in the quiz, they have like, the main answer, the age is 18 to 29, but then right below it says, I still feel invincible mostly. Like a lot of times with quizzes, they'll have like an image and then like a label, right? But in this case, no image. It's label with a subtext, right? And the subtext kind of helps you understand what to actually answer accurately, right? So I thought that was really good. We should learn from that there. Mostly sitting, light movement, solid routine. So 3 or 4 times a week, or I go hard 5+ times a week. And then again, they kind of back it up with that subtext. The next one's like, what's your relationship with food like? So the options are whole foods. So that's like, I could cook, I plan, I try. Inconsistent, good days and bad days. It's me. Convenience food, takeout, fast food, whatever's easy. Restricted diet, vegan, keto, paleo, medical. Cool. Before we get to that, notice this little interstitial message that they have in the quiz. So I've seen consistently with ConvertFlow customers that this works really well. Call it healthy friction, right? It's like, if you have a long quiz and you need to collect a lot of qualifying information, and also information that will personalize the offer and make the customer feel like the recommendation is truly personalized for them, you have to kind of motivate them along the way, right? And if you're just asking them a ton of questions without reminding them what the hell they're doing, right? You're going to have a higher drop off rate. So we've seen really improved completion rates when you include interstitials to kind of remind people. So in this case, they're saying you're in good company, 700,000 purchases, 4.8 rating, 92 nutrients per scoop, and then you click continue.
I think it's great because, using those types of messages along the way, you can pre-sell someone better before they reach the result page.
Yeah, you're warming them up for your offer.
Exactly. Let's scroll down to the actual form. So the form to get your results was really nice, and it was moving. It was dynamic. As you started to enter more characters into the email field and start filling that out, the different results and your score, all of that was changing. So they used movement to create momentum, which drives people, I imagine, to convert so they can see the results. Scroll down, you'll see the actual result page. So here they give you a calculated score. They give you some information about that. And then if you scroll below, they score you based on these different health dimensions. And then they give you a profile that you fit into and educate you a little bit on that profile.
I wonder how many hard-coded scenarios they have for this.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
This looks hard-coded because it's really well written. But obviously these are dynamic based off the scoring.
But if they are using AI to personalize the result page based on quiz answers, I think that's really cool. We've actually built some functionality for that in ConvertFlow.
Want all the templates from this funnel? Go to ConvertFlow.com and get the funnel swipe file for free, where our team is collecting the top funnel designs we see driving today's fastest growing brands. If this episode got the ideas flowing for you, do us a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and remember to turn on notifications. It helps more brand builders and marketers like yourself find the funnel show. We've got more episodes on the way, so be on the lookout.